Now that you know exactly how olive oil is made, let's talk about how to use it every day, how to taste it, and what to pair it with, because just like wine, there's a bunch of different varieties. So I'll help you figure out how to decide which ones you like best and how to use them. Using extra virgin olive oil every day is super easy, and it's probably the single best superfood because you can use it at pretty much every meal. Topping bread in the morning, cooking with it throughout the day, finishing all kinds of salads and dishes with a drizzle straight from the bottle. I think of it as my favorite everyday magic trick to immediately boost my diet with a shot of good for you. With a quick splash on a salad, you get a super boost of antioxidants, healthy fats, and polyphenols. Even if you can't manage preparing a whole meal, you can drizzle a little bit of the current season's extra virgin olive oil over a store-bought soup, a packaged salad, even a slice of toast to instantly up your healthy intake with a very little effort and a whole lot of flavor to boost. When cooking with extra virgin olive oil, many people get all freaky about something called smoke point. It's that temperature when oil starts to smoke. The good news is that extra virgin olive oil has the highest temperature smoke point of any olive oil grade because it's also the highest in antioxidants and oleic acid, which make it a very stable oil, anywhere from 350 degrees to 465 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's still a healthy option to saute and fry in, especially when the perfect frying temperature is around 375. It's only when it's used repeatedly, like in restaurants, that it starts to break down and lose its healthy qualities. When it comes to tasting and pairing, here's the crazy thing about olive oil. There are hundreds of varieties. In Spain alone, there's more than 260 from their 60 million trees that produce more than 70% of all the olive oil in the world. So start thinking about olive oil like wine. Certain types go best with certain foods. But we don't have to get crazy to understand the basics about how to taste it and how to play with it in the kitchen. We're going to focus on the 4 most common varietals in the Spanish kitchen, which pretty much matches the same popular types you'll find in the U.S. Arbequina, Cornicabra, Hojiblanca, and my personal favorite, Spicy Picual. So let's start with the 3 basics of tasting. Take a look at it, take a whiff of it, and take a sip of it. So raise a little glass and take a look. Is it clear or is it cloudy? Really depends on whether or not it's been filtered or not. How fresh it is, how cold it is. Newly harvested unfiltered oil might have tiny bits of suspended pieces in the oil. They don't hurt a bit. In fact, some people love that and go crazy for the freshest oil they can buy at the start of the season. And remember from part number 1, color doesn't have any impact on quality. From early harvest green, like this, to a beautiful golden harvest yellow, like that. Next, cover it with one hand while cupping the glass with the other and swirl it around. You want to warm up the oil just a little bit to release more of those aromas. Now take off your hand and take a deep breath and smell the oil. Wow, you might be surprised there's all sorts of aromas and flavors you might recognize, like banana, fresh cut herbs, apple, bell pepper, tomato, all kinds of these ingredients are going to be recognized when you take a smell. You can find an olive oil tasting wheel online, like this one, and explore all the different flavors and aromas that might be hiding in your bottle. But if you smell something that reminds you of rancid peanuts or waxy crayons, just stop. It's the first indicator that the oil isn't good, it's too old, or it's just plain defective. And it's a pretty common problem with some grocery store brands. Finally, take a little sip and take in a bit of air too, sucking it between your teeth. It shouldn't feel greasy, but smooth. And you'll probably start to notice a little acidity and spiciness, especially at the back of your throat. There are 3 qualities you're looking for: fruitiness, spiciness, a pungent or kind of peppery kick, and bitterness. All three should be there at one level or another. It's the balance of these three that makes all the difference in different oils. If it makes you cough once or twice, that's perfectly normal. In fact, the first oil George and I ever produced in California was proudly known as a tube cough oil because it was early harvest, super spicy, and really aromatic. And we loved it that way. Wow. And while this is the traditional way to taste test olive oils, I'd also say that olive oil is meant to be paired with other ingredients, not drunk on its own like wine. So have a bit of bread at the ready and cleanse your palate with some slices of green apple and a little bit of water in between. And don't try doing too many at once. 3 or 4 will give you a really good sense of the differences between them and maybe lead you to the one you like the best. If you've watched any of my other recipe videos, you've probably seen me using different olive oils with almost every recipe. The stronger flavored dishes, stews, meaty dishes, usually get a healthy dose of piqual, my favorite. It's spicy, it's grassy, and it's loaded with flavor. Mashed potatoes and cornicabra are a marriage made in heaven. You just have to try it. You won't believe how good they are together. Frantoio or arbequina are ideal with shrimp or light salads, sweeter vegetables, and even over fruit and in desserts because they are so mild and fruity themselves. If you want to have a really good idea what a difference the right oil can make, there's a simple and fun test that you can do with a platter of tomatoes. Drizzle each slice with different olive oils. You'll be shocked to taste just how one might make the flavor of the tomatoes really sing and the others will fall flat. So now, if you're interested in learning just how to take good care of your precious new kitchen essential, finish up the course and watch part 4, where I talk about exactly how to care for it, how to store it, and how to use it up in all sorts of tasty ways. So go for it. Have fun with it. Mostly, I hope you get the chance to start enjoying extra virgin olive oil at every meal, at every day, and eating more of the Mediterranean way. Buen provecho!